What's up, my loves? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Maya. If this is your very first time here. So I'm in a good mood today, y'all, because the face is a beast. If you know me, if you watch my channel, you know that my go-to setting powder is the original from Laura Mercier. Laura Mercier did just come out with their light catcher setting powder, so I wanted to make sure that I did a review. Yesterday, I did attend a Zoom launch party with Laura Mercier showing us how to use this. So I was like, you know, I gotta give the girls the tea on how to use this so you guys can get your hands on it if you love it. And we are back in our more natural light settings so you guys can really see how we are looking in real life. I'm gonna cut the light off real quick, and this is how we are looking in the real world. Before we hop into it, please make sure that you hit subscribe below if you have not yet, so that you are updated when new videos come out. Also, make sure that you hit that notification bell as well so that you are updated when new videos go up. All right, y'all, let's hop into this review. All right, y'all, so we are focusing on the skin today. I am actually putting on a moisturizer real quick, and this is actually the Laura Mercier The Perfect Cream Multitasking Moisturizer. And I didn't put on my moisturizer this morning because I knew I wanted to put that one on, so we're just kind of moisturizing the face real quick, girl. And the last thing we're gonna do to prep the face is go in with an oil. I was able to attend a Zoom meeting with Laura Mercier to learn how to use this powder. I was really waiting to do that before I reviewed the powder, just so that I can get the proper way of using it and how the brand actually wants it used or what it's meant for, so that I can relay that information to you guys before you buy it. And I'm low-key gonna be recreating the look that they made in the Zoom, but you know, we're also gonna do our own thing because you know how I do, so. But they did start off with an oil on the skin. First, we are just gonna go over the powders. We are obviously gonna do some things to the face before we actually, you know, apply it for the makeup. They did send a little informational about the powders. And these are called the Light Catcher Setting Powders. Laura Mercier introduced the first luminous light catching setting powder. It's versatile, light creating version of the original, gives 12 hours of luminous wear. Pearl blend smooths your skin with light and perfects the skin with no flashback. So, it does retail for $39, and it's now at Ulta. On the 13th of August, it will be at Sephora. So there are 3 different shades. First, there is Celestial Light, but this one is a champagne beige for fair to light skin tones. Then there's Honey Star, and this one is a golden peach for medium skin tones. And our last one is Cosmic Rose, which is a bronzed gold for medium deep to deep skin tones. And as you can already see on the hand, this one is very icy. This one is a deeper tone, which is probably gonna be the one that we use. We might mix it with this one though, because this one's a little more gold, but she's still a little light, you know what I'm saying, for me in particular. Now, when I first got this, I did try it just on bare skin first, because I was like, we got to see how this just looks. This is their powder brush from Laura Mercier. And I'm gonna dip a little bit into Cosmic Rose. And I just want you to see how it looks on the skin. Yeah, definitely light creating. You see the difference over here and over here. Yeah, that is absolutely beautiful. And this one is Cosmic Rose. So this is the deeper, what they call bronze rose shade. On the other side of the brush, I'm gonna clean it off a little bit. I'm gonna go into the Honey Star, just so you guys can see how that one looks on the skin. That one is very beautiful as well, which I'm hoping, let me turn this light off. I want you guys to really see the difference. This is Cosmic Rose, this is Honey. It kind of looks the same right now, but I feel like once we get it on the face, they'll look a little different. But it definitely is light creating. So we're gonna get started on the face. We're gonna go into the Pure Canvas Primer. This is from Laura Mercier. Y'all know I use this all the time because it does have SPF in it. And this line, they do have multiple ones. They have mattifying, they have hydrating. They have a bunch of different primers. But baby, the sun is out right now, so we going in with this one. And just as a disclaimer, this video is not sponsored. But if you know me, you know that the original setting powder is my favorite. It's linked in almost all of my videos because I can't stop using it. When they came out with this, I definitely wanted to make sure that I reviewed it and that I did a full face of Laura Mercier because I've never done it and they're one of my favorite brands. Because y'all, the PR packages they sent are so cute. I get all my little makeup bags from them. We just got this one recently. Isn't this the cutest bag? And this nice leather, sis. Okay, with a little scarf on it. And then I'm actually driving to Chicago today, and I got this bag a few PRs back, and this is what I carry all my makeup in. I love their PR send outs, but anyway, let's get into it. I am gonna be using the tinted moisturizer. This is oil free. It says it's a natural skin protector, and it also has SPF in it. And the shade I'm gonna be using is 5 in Walnut. So I'm just gonna use a brush to start to just move this around the face and just give us the coverage that we're looking for, just a little bit. Matter of fact, forget that, y'all. I'm gonna just do half the face so you can kind of see what we are looking like with just the tinted moisturizer. I'm gonna take the butt of my sponge just to kind of like push that out. And this is our difference. This is not tinted moisturizer, this is tinted moisturizer. You can see kind of like my dark circles are a little more covered. We're a little more even everywhere with the tinted moisturizer. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do the whole face. And while I'm blending this out, I'm just gonna throw this in there. Y'all, the devil is trying me right now, today, yesterday, a few days ago. He is trying me because God done made it real clear to me that I need to chill out and wait for him and not date right now. And girl, the exes are coming out of the woodworks. Out of nowhere. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm ignoring it, Jesus. I'm ignoring it. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. But then they went into the Secret Camouflage Concealer. And this is a compact right here. And this one I have an Secret Camouflage 6. And what I'm gonna do is first, probably, I'm gonna take this big one here first. And I'm gonna start to just put it underneath my eye, because pretty much what they did was they kind of mixed both of them and did that trick where you just put it underneath the eye and then you kind of like bring the eye up. And I haven't used this compact in a little minute, so kind of excited just to use it today because it's super creamy. It's super like skin-like. And I'm actually gonna let this sit down because I did forget that they did do kind of like a little contour situation before this, but you know, it don't hurt to let the concealer sit anyway. So I'm just gonna let it sit for a minute before we blend it out. While I do a bronze situation, I don't have a deeper of their concealer, so I'm gonna go into my Soul Body Bronzing Balm in the shade Deep. And what Laura Mercier seemed to do is take kind of like an angle brush, maybe it wasn't angled, but it was something like this, and dip into the concealer that they had. They put it on their hand and dip into it, and then kind of started from the ear and worked this way and went down. Using it with a brush without putting the concealer on there and blending it out kind of made it a little bit easier to just like start to create that shadow without a lot of blending issues. And then in my fashion, I am gonna go ahead and take my sponge and blend out the concealer. They used a brush to blend out, but y'all know I love using my sponge to blend out my lighter concealer. So that's what we're going to do. And I can't lie, I do love this, bringing that up. But y'all know I've been doing that for a long time. But mostly when like I have an eyeshadow look that I want to cut and make look more clean, I'll do that concealer to kind of cut it upwards. I'm taking this brush, which is a Revlon eyeshadow brush, and dipping into that bronzing balm and just kind of going around my nose to create the shadows around it, and then taking my beauty blender to blend that out. Now, as you can see, our face is already catching light. I really feel like it's from the oil that we have underneath, and that's kind of how the look was going with Laura Mercier too. We already have that, but it's going to intensify when we get to the powders. Here's one thing that I did learn in the masterclass that I was wondering about. Can you actually set your face like normal with this powder? And the answer is, that's not what it's for. So I was thinking, you know, maybe this is just, you know, a shimmer powder, kind of like their glow powder, that you can actually just set everything as normal, you know? But that is not how they used it in the masterclass. So they did actually go into the original first to mattify where they wanted to mattify. But they skipped the places where they were gonna go in with the powder. She definitely used less powder on the girl that I use on myself. But she really only hit it like in minimal areas. And she actually used this brush right here, which is their fan powder brush. And what they did was they took a little bit of the powder and just hit the areas that they wanted to be matte. but they like not like putting on too much powder because it kind of, you know, keeps the luminosity of the skin, especially since you're about to go in with the light catching powder. It kind of just helps to tie everything in if everything isn't super matted down. But y'all know us with oily skin, or, you know, if you want your makeup to last throughout the day, you kind of need a little smidge of more powder. I just say all that to say they did not put that powder on the under eyes and stuff. They did say that the powder can be used kind of as a highlighter. It can be mixed with your blush. It can be mixed with a moisturizer. It can be mixed with, or you could be put on top of a blush. They say you use it for the eyes as well, which we are gonna do. I told you guys about this a few videos ago. We're gonna do this and go into their rose gold collection to decide how the eyes are gonna look. And I might just put some of the powder over the eyes so we can just see what the eye situation looks like. We are going into Cosmic Rose, which is the deepest one. And Laura Mercier actually used this brush to apply it to the cheeks. So I'm gonna dip a little bit into Cosmic Rose. And they said that you probably should start kind of up here to avoid any type of blotchiness or something, they said. But I'm kind of just bringing it down, kind of like as a highlighter, low key. But I feel as though the more you just blend it in, it's giving like liquid highlight vibes, even though it's not liquid, you know? It's really setting the area in place of a highlighter. Ooh, now that's pretty. I definitely feel like that is absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on this side. I'm also gonna use the powder brush with this just so we can get a little bit more intensity, because they did do this as well, where they kind of just use the powder brush to just apply it across the cheeks. I feel like this is like a beautiful, ooh, girl. I feel like this is a beautiful powder to use on bare skin. It is just absolutely beautiful, and it definitely is a light catching. I kind of see how they have that name, or why they call it that, because it does just catch the light, and it's almost as if it intensifies just that natural glow you got from the oil as well. So I'm gonna tap this off on this brush. I'm just gonna add a little bit like around the forehead to catch some more light. And I feel like this one is just more about where you want to place it. You just don't want to go too ham. Now I am gonna go ahead and add it in other places. I'm gonna hit my Cupid's bow, because this is, you know, for me it's hard because I feel like it's giving more highlight vibes. I don't know, it's giving powder highlighter vibes is what it's giving for me. But you can low-key set cream or liquid product with this so that it has or keeps a more luminous look, if that makes sense. But it is light catching. So the thing is, like I said, we don't necessarily want to add this. Oh, baby, do you see the cheeks? I love that. I love it. But like I said, you don't necessarily, girl, let me stop getting distracted by the light. You don't necessarily want to set like your under eyes and stuff like that with it, because that ain't gonna be what you want. So, but I am loving it for what it is. So, I think, matter of fact, yeah, let's add just a smidgen more. You know, can't hurt. Just like on the chin. Okay, do y'all see what just happened with the chin? It just became more like luminous, you know? And that's not something that you want in all of your like matte areas. But of course you can like diffuse it and make it a little bit less, but it doesn't give glitter, which is good. It gives luminosity. I feel like the skin is looking good. I'm loving this natural vibe that we're getting with the skin today. So since we already up close, we about to do these eyes. So, you know, Laura Mercier just came out with a rose gold collection, and they sent over this in PR to where you can kind of like flip it to see which one you're gonna use. So we do have all of them. Let's do it. Forbidden Rose is the color we got. So this is the shade that we got. And that is a beautiful, beautiful shade. So we are actually not gonna prime the eyes. I'm just gonna kind of leave the eyes where they are. We do kind of have some tinted moisturizer on the eyes, and we're just gonna kind of leave it there. because when I have seen Laura Mercier use these, they typically don't have like a primed eye or anything. And I can imagine that concealer or anything underneath would really mess with the product. I do think that this color is gonna be really pretty putting the powder on top as well. So I'm just taking the caviar stick and moving it around the lid. I'm kind of leaving it right on the lid, kind of like that upside down U. And then what I'm gonna do is take a blending brush and go around it to diffuse our edges and kind of blend it outwards so that we don't have a harsh line, you know. I just want it to be a blended color. Now the glue on my lashes are already, you know, drying down, so let's hurry up. I think I'm gonna go into the Honey Star and I'm gonna take a small brush and dip into it and just see what we look like putting this on top of this. I'm probably gonna end up mixing this with Cosmic Rose just because I kind of want to see how that one looks as well. Cosmic Rose, and I want to see how that one looks by itself, and then we're gonna even them out. Cosmic Rose is low-key giving me the same vibes as the other one. I don't really see big of a difference, but I can't complain though. It does look very, very, very pretty, especially on top of that frosted rose. Just gonna reinforce that around and then pop on my lashes. And these are Lily lashes in NYC. And then for my lower lash line, I am gonna go into the Caviar Volume Mascara and just do my lower lashes. I am going to take some pictures after this, so I'm interested in seeing how this is gonna photograph. I mean the powder, I'm interested in seeing how that's gonna photograph or come through on camera. Now, Laura Mercier also sent over some cream blushes, and I've kind of waited a while to do it. I should have done it here, you know, before I set my face. But you know, I think I'm gonna add it anyway, since we are doing more of a luminous feel. And this shade is in Rosebud. And I'm just gonna add a little bit of this blush onto my cheeks. I have been seeing some people actually do cream blush after powder. And the reason why I feel like people have been doing that is because I feel like it brings the luminosity back into the face and into the skin at that point. I'm gonna take a bit over the nose. And because I wanna be extra, I'm adding a little bit more of Cosmic Rose over the highlight we already have because it's a review and y'all need to see the powder, baby. That's why we are here. Not like we needed it, but you know what I'm saying. We just gonna give a little extra. And lastly, all we need is a lip. Laura Mercier does have lip glazes. Oh no, in this PR package, they did send some matte lipstick, ultimate matte lipsticks, which are right in here. This one is in the shade Charmeuse, I believe. Oh, I like that. But we will need like a liner to go with that one. So I think I'm gonna use my OFRA Chestnut liner. And my lips are super dry. They also have a lip balm. So I think I'm gonna throw in lip balm a little bit first. Then hit it with my liner and then go into this lipstick. Now I personally feel like I'm missing something and I think it's a bronzer. I feel like I need a little depth to my face right now, but I'm gonna add a bronzer. This is my Mented bronzer. All right, we got our bronzer, and off camera I made a few touches with the powder in my inner tear ducts and under the brow bone. And this is our face, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in so you guys can see how we are looking, and we're gonna wrap up this review. All right, my loves, that wraps it up for today's video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I hope you learned what it is that you needed to learn about the new Light Catcher setting powder from Laura Mercier. I personally have to say that I do love it. I love the effect that it has on the skin. I love that it does catch that light, and y'all know I have that pet peeve for like the highlight, which I do sometimes. My business. That like looks like you just put highlighter just there. This kind of gives us that like, you know, the skin is just glowing effect, and I love that. If you guys like this video, please give me a big thumbs up. Comment below, let me know what you thought about it. If you plan on getting your hands on this powder, or if you already got it, if you love it. Also make sure that you hit subscribe below if you have not yet, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.